Well, I'm glad that site works. Apparently, according to you guys, something that's not working. What you alluded to this in Patreon. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, so please fill us in.
Yes.
On
All right.
Reddit?
Yeah. So I'll start us off, Bo, and
Yeah.
you can fill in a bit. So so Reddit, you guys are from. I don't know how much you're familiar with what what Elon bought, Twitter. One of the first things he did was he said, okay, so now you're going to have to pay a not insignificant amount of money to use our API. And he also put it in his rules and the updated Twitter that no more third-party apps can be a thing. You have to use our app. That's the thing. And if it had been the case, it would have been exorbitantly expensive to use the API calls for a third-party app. So the thing with Reddit is Reddit got late, really, really late to the app game. And there are apps out there like Reddit is fun for Android, for iPhones. There's Apollo. Apollo's a big one. There's a suite of third-party apps that you can use for Reddit that they don't exist just because people want to make money. They exist because there's a deficit in functionality with the official Reddit app that has been around for a little while, but Reddit kind of got slow to the game. Now, the kicker with Reddit is they're trying to go IPO. So they're trying to boost their initial offering. And my theory is, and then it's pretty prevalent theory, is that this move to do what Twitter is doing, and that they're now going to be charging for their API usage. So basically, there's a lot of drama that went on with the developer of Apollo, where he went in and he actually did the quick math when they gave him the numbers and realized it would be about, what was it, $1.7 million?
Yeah, it was a ridiculous high number.
Like insane. I mean, Imager, which Reddit used to depend on heavily for all of their images.
Well, see, it's one of the reasons why they're charging them so much is like one of the best thing about the third-party apps, especially Reddit, is fun. It filters out the ads. Like the sponsored post, which they blend in very well on the Reddit's website. But I think that's part of it. I think that's
it's not just that. They're also going to be filtering out not safe for work content from the API as well, which, by the way, won't be filtered out on the official app. So Reddit is very clearly, as a company, trying to push people to use their really bad app. Now, the thing is, it's not that the app is bad inherently. It uses their new interface. But the problem is it's missing a lot of mod tools. That people that don't know anything much about Reddit is pretty much ran by volunteers. It's owned by a large company, and it's valued at billions of dollars, but it's ran by volunteers. Volunteers are the moderators. They're the the admins of the groups, or the creators. They're the ones who keep the site looking good. So by going and forcing people to use this other app, this official app, you basically cutting their legs out from under them. So a lot of the communities starting tomorrow, actually probably starting this evening, are going dark. They're literally turning off their subreddits. And when I'm talking, there are a lot of communities like the video subreddit is permanently going dark. They are totally they're permanently turning that subreddit off.
Like one I follow, I know Squared Circle, the wrestling themed one. I know they're going dark. Like a lot of them are doing it there. But the cool thing about it is if they're turning their Reddit off, but like some of them are starting Discord servers. They're giving you an additional place to go. So if you still want that information from that subreddit, you might want to check like their last pinned post. But and they're going out. They're and I like it. They're kind of that's their way of standing up to Reddit getting a little greedy.
So
it's not even a little greedy.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah. That basically, these communities. That's what Reddit is. It's all subreddits. That's the whole thing. It's not you just go there and you're going to see all. Even our all is going dark. The main yes, it is. It is all out like rebellion going on right now on Reddit. And I had read a post earlier today that the valuation of Reddit has already gone down 41%. So this is massively affecting the potential for a good IPO. And that's what needs to happen if they want this to be fair. But the thing is it's gonna, at this point, it's gonna be tough to walk this back because the app that I'm kind of guessing you use Reddit is Fun as well, but
Yeah.
Reddit is Fun is going to be shutting down forever on the 30th.
At the end of the month. Yep.
Because they don't have enough time to lower their impact on the API to save money to be profitable, so that they can actually survive. And it was the same thing with Apollo, but the thing is with Apollo there was a little more drama with that. The developer of the Apollo app lives in Canada, and in Canada it is legal for you for one party to be knowledgeable of a phone conversation to record the conversation. So every conversation on the phone he's had with Reddit, whether it be the CEO or a community manager or whatever, he's got recordings of all of it. So there was a lot of like hearsay and things that were said by the CEO of Reddit that he said that basically saying that the developer of Apollo was trying to hold them hostage to force them to have to buy their app to get them to shut down when he didn't say it. And this guy was actually going out and saying, okay, all right, I see what game you're playing. Here's the audio file.
Yeah.
Here's what I said. So made him look like, I mean, it's not very difficult to make the CEO of Reddit look like a
their management over the last like 4 or 5 years have been.
He's never been good. Spez has never been a good person managing, but the problem is that he's been quiet because they've been focused on this IPO, focused on trying to bring Reddit public, and now he's coming back and going, well, what would make us look even better, that we have a unified app, or that we have these other commercial apps that are running that are now paying us millions of dollars a month to use our data. Either way, he's looking at this from his ivory tower and saying this is a win-win. Either we get rid of them or they pay us.
Yeah.
So Reddit is pulling a dig.
That's what I would say. That the Dig used to be the site everyone went to.
Yeah.
All kinds of cool stuff was on Dig, and now I hadn't thought about Dig until you brought it up that Reddit's pulling a Dig, and I was like, wow, that makes perfect sense.
They are pulling a dig, and it's heartbreaking to see, because I looked at the age of my account. My account is 14 years old on Reddit.
I think mine's like 10. So yeah, I know what you mean.
It's and it's it's something that I'm on Reddit all the time.
Yep.
I am I've got multiple accounts. I'm on Reddit. And just so many different subreddits. I mean, it's one of those websites that you can find an interest in anything. And find people that are like you. It's basically what they wanted to do back in the day with GeoCities, when everybody was making their own on there, and you would go, my website's in Area 51, and then it's 2525, and then that they wanted you to be able to like show what your interests were with that, and you could do that with Reddit by just finding the community. You can just Google the community,
and also, sorry. I say it also still had one of those last old school feels of like forum interaction.
Yes.
Yeah. Heck, I've had an account on here for 12 years. I didn't realize I'd had one that long. I read a lot. I don't interact a lot, like most social media. Social media as a whole, and I know a lot of friends who go and will like my stuff, and I never seem to return the favor. It's because I'm scrolling or busy and don't spend a whole lot of time on it, but I don't interact much on Reddit.
Yeah, I'm 12,
well,
I'm
and that's
12
the
years old,
thing. I think a lot of people are that way with Reddit. A lot of people don't interact. You just subscribe to what you want. I mean, if you looked at my like history on my main account, I hardly ever respond. Like I'll respond to things with my trade, like some of the subreddits I'm there. But the thing is, it's just being able to consume the content, and this is gonna. I mean, if this site goes down, I mean, I don't think the site will go down, but the problem is that I don't know what they're going to do at Reddit, because they are like dead set on trying to do this IPO and go public, and their valuation is already almost cut in half.
Yeah,
as it is,
and it's sad that a lot of these places are going to go dark. Just from a selfish standpoint, for me, I have found like some troubleshooting methods and stuff on several different pieces of software, or even physical things that I need help with. I have found a ton of solutions over the years on Reddit where people have contributed the answers, and boy, that I didn't realize all that was going on. That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. I fully expect that management will walk back a lot of this stuff. I don't think that they're going to walk back the API usage. I think that's going to be a thing, but they're going to have a tough time getting around this and getting the community to trust them again with this. And I mean, Reddit's big, but I don't think it's so big that it can't be replaced. It's already being replaced. They're already user driven sites that are popping up. I'm actually helping build one right now with some other folks helping provide content to get it up and going. So it'll just be, it's the same as Dig. When Dig started going down, everyone found Reddit because Reddit became the repository for everybody to go to. It'll just be another site. So hopefully something newer,
Yeah.
But it just kind of sucks that there's a possibility we may lose all of that institutional old knowledge that's been there. Like you said, Brock, you found tech support on games and stuff like that. That stuff could disappear if they turn those, because what they do is they turn the subreddit private, which means you can't access anything in the subreddit. So that stuff just disappears from Google because they can no longer crawl it. So
right.
Yeah,
it's tough. I appreciate the enlightenment on that. I had no idea that was going on.
Yeah. So most of these are going dark starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Till the 14th. So stay tuned if you're listening to this and you're interested in the drama. Stay tuned probably mid next week just to see what will happen, because I have a feeling that there's going to be some changes there as a result of this.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know there were other Reddit apps. I use the official Reddit app and always have. I don't know. I downloaded it and I haven't checked anything else out, so I didn't know there were other options.
I was like,
go ahead.
I say I got on Reddit is fun, and I actually paid I think it did have ads or something,
Platinum.
didn't it? And then I paid it was like $5 I paid 6-7 years ago, and they've been
and haven't paid a dime since.
Yep.
The thing is, Brock, I would say go and try Reddit is fun, but don't, because as soon as you do, you'll see it and you'll be like, this thing's gonna shut down on the 30th.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah.
And it's the ads on the Reddit app have never bothered me. I just scroll right past them. So it's I can see that it's corporate paid sponsorships and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not interested in that. So.
It's not necessarily just the ads. It's just how they chose to communicate and muscle them out. They didn't give them any chance. If they would have been serious about this and serious about being able to keep third-party apps, they would have said, we're going to phase in a new pay structure. We're going to give you 18 months to bring your app up to date to the point where you feel like you can operate with this. They give you a timeline, but no, they gave them a month.
Yep.
Ooh.
The development doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You can't do that. They gave them a month. They said it's going into effect on July 1st, so suck it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No. And that's the big beef with this, is that it's very overtly the reason they're doing this is because they don't want to have competing apps.
Okay.
So instead of just going like Elon did when he bought the company and just said, yeah, my app is the only app, they are being kind of weird about just underhanded.
Yeah.
No, I've used Reddit on the the art podcasting subreddit to promote this podcast and everything. So
better go see if they're going dark.
Yeah,
they are.
If you're a Reddit user for podcasting, the subreddit, just continue listening to Bama Geeks.
There you go.
That's our promotion.
We'll cover you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. All that info. I'll keep an eye on that. That's sad. So.